Good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, May the 2nd, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. Let's take a look at the ES first. Remember, we're going to split these videos up into two spaces. First, the futures, and then the ETFs. So what have we got going on today? Right now, we are sitting inside of the close of the prior week. So that gives us some measure of retracement going on in the charts. So when we take a look at retracement, we have to think to ourselves, what possibly could be going on? Right now, my thought is a retest of old support areas, which really are very close to here. My suspicion is if we lose 41.75, we're very likely to come in to this 41.57, 41.60-ish area. So we'll keep our eyeballs on it. Full disclosure, I am a little bit long here thinking they're going to come back and hold this. I did just see a report that said the futures are more heavily shorted than they have been in a really long time. That's going to make for squeeze environment to be very likely the moment people start getting in to their targets. So I still suspect pullbacks or buy zones. We don't have anything too big today. Factory orders at 10. Jolts giving us a little bit of information about the employment situation, but nothing really big. The FOMC meetings, however, do begin today, and so the presser will be tomorrow. All right, so what are we looking at? Above 41.82-ish, more buyers are going to get involved in my mind. So the buyers above 41.82-ish going to try and push us back into the 4,000 level, 4,005, and then, 4,200 level, and then 42.38. Also very likely. Deep dips are going to bring buyers. There are too many people sitting on one side of the boat. And when they start moving out, it's just going to savagely push price action to the north. All right. If we lose this area at the 41.75, we want to watch for the first bounce. If it recovers 41.80, price action is going to climb to the north. If it can't recover that 41.80, this is where we step down 41.64, 41.47, and then, of course, we've got this heavy wick congestion somewhere around that 41.37-ish area. All right, so that's what we're looking at. To me, it looks like pullbacks or buy zones in general. We've got Apple reporting on Thursday. A lot of people very negative on Apple. But apparently the first quarter of the year, they don't normally give bad information. So let's just see what we've got here. We can see in the Qs also inside of the prior week's candle, also inside of the prior month's candle, to be sure. And we've got something that looks like a little bit of weakness here. Are the traders trying to hold this floor? Absolutely they are. Buyers are going to try and come in on the dip into this area, 13,259. Then they're going to try and bounce it. At the point they try to bounce it, it's got to get up over this 13,300, or we're either locked sideways, which we could be going into the Fed release, or we come back down into the space and dip lower. My thought is, in the big picture, is that we are going to be a little bit landlocked, but the deep dips are going to bring buyers. Let's take a look at the Dow. The Dow looks a bit weaker than everyone else. One of the, well, not compared to the RTY, which we'll see in a second, but this region here, two things we're looking at. Almost 50% of the entire week is in the retrace area for the candle body. So traders are going to try and come in and hold this 34,050 area, something like that. I'm going to remove this one. And anything above this 34,000 zone still looks like buying pressure to me, right? So if it comes in, that'd be a good space for us to buy the dip. Now, here's the thing. You see, we are underneath the close of the prior day. This is weakness. So sellers are trying to establish control. If they can't lose 34,000, buyers are going to say, hey, I'm going to take that, and they're going to try and push it up back into the 34,211. If we bounce into this area, come up, and we cannot breach above the close of the prior day, we are going to have more sideways pressure. That sideways pressure is going to put us down into 33,800 or so. Let's take a look at the RTY. This one's, a train wreck, to be honest. And so if we take a look at where this chart is, you can see a lot like the Dow. It is underneath the close of the prior week, showing weakness. And so it's fleshing out these support edges. How might it look? You know what? A little bit deeper. Buyers might try to come in and pick the bottom here. Everybody is looking for something. Don't know what, but my thought is the following. If we open up and we bounce, but we cannot get up over the open of this yesterday at 6 p.m., or the close of the day at 4:20, then we've got ourselves more downside action. 1756, 1731. Those are the levels that it's going to push down. Again, a lot of people with tons of bearish formations, and still, I think it's going to end up being the reverse. Now, what we've got going on in crude is really interesting. My position was, hey, it's a nice buy zone here at around the 73. Okay, here's the thing. It might have been nice last week at 73, but it came into 76 resistance and is collapsing again. So we've got 3 weeks of downward pressure. We filled the gap, which was my hope. Hey, can we fill the gap and then start bouncing? The last 4 days, we've been trying to hold a floor, and that's going to be good for us if we can hold the floor. I have no idea where this thing is going to go, but I will say this. As long as we can't get above 76, this price action event tells us that bounces are going to be sell zones. And all the way up into 77, it looks like we've got trapped buyers there. As soon as it moves up, they're going to go, I'm getting out of here. All right, so I would love for sideways motion to hold here. I still like this 73.70, 73.90-ish area. That'd be great for price action to take the long all the way into 76.84 and then 79.19. It might be a jolt. This to me looks very much like people are concerned about recession. All right, lastly, we're going to take a look at gold. I know it's been a long time since I've done these 5. Gold is still in a place where it's holding the open of the prior month. It's inside the range of the prior month, but it really pulled off of its levels last week. Now we're sitting at this baseline. A lot of people trying to buy 1977. They're going to try and buy it. Here's the problem. If they can't push it up over this 1990, the bounces are still sell zones here, right? If they get up above 1991, they're going to push and try to test the 2000 again. And if they will and hold it, then that's great. I think this is going to be very, very sideways. I see a lot of things getting really wonky in the next couple of days with currencies. All right, that is the futures outlook, and we'll be coming back with the ETFs.